Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing some headlights on this 2015 Tacoma. For our replacement, we decided to go with Alpharex's Pro Series projector headlight. Let's get them unboxed and start the install. I can already tell just by holding the two next to each other that these are going to make a big difference. First thing we have to do is pop the hood and get the grill off. To remove the grill, you'll need a 10mm socket and something to spin it with, and you'll need a flathead screwdriver or a pry tool. Two 10mm bolts on the top, here and here. And there are two plastic clips on the outsides here and here. To pull the grill out, you need to lift these plastic tabs up over these holes and then pull straight out towards you. Next, we need to remove the negative battery terminal. It's always a good idea when you're working with electricity in your car. And I like to go ahead and wrap it in a towel so that it doesn't ground on the body or any random bolts. Next, we need to remove this plastic trim piece here. There's a clip behind here. You just need to pull straight out and then pull this direction. The next thing we have to do is expose the headlight bolt that sits about right here behind the bumper. And to do that, we're gonna remove the plastic fender liner a little bit, pull it back, and then pull the bumper out a little bit. The first step to pull back our plastic fender liner is to remove this clip, same as the grill. Next thing we need to do to get the plastic fender liner out is take out this 10mm bolt. Once you've got those two fasteners out of the way, we can pull back this fender liner so we can see what we need to remove next. The next bolt we have to remove is right here, 10mm socket. After you have that bolt removed, you can pull the bumper away in a quick yank. Sounds like it's gonna break, but it won't. And then I like to put a rag over the bumper so that this doesn't come up and scratch anything. Just a safety measure. Now that we have this bolt exposed, we can go ahead and remove it with a 10mm socket. Then we can remove the bolts on the top. The only thing left holding the headlight in place is this plastic clip down here. So you can go ahead and lift these tabs up over and give a quick yank on the back at the bottom here. Your headlight should come out. Then we can go ahead and unplug our connectors. And set it aside. Now we can repeat on the passenger side. With both headlights removed, we can start installing the new ones. These headlights come with a film on them to protect them from scratches and dings. We took it off for the video, but I would recommend leaving it on while you install it and taking it off at the last minute. I like to plug all my connectors in before I install the headlight, just while everything is easy and I have access. Just line everything up. And then this last single plug is for our driving lights, but that takes a little bit of wiring, so we'll do that after. To reinstall the headlight, we're gonna need the 2 coarse threaded screws for the top and the fine threaded screw for the bottom. To get the passenger side in, same thing as the driver side. Last thing we need to do before we can start reassembling our truck is to install the driving light relay and wiring. We've got a couple different things going on here, but I'll explain each piece. On this side of the box, we have a yellow, gray, black, and red wire. The yellow wire will plug into our driver side headlight. The gray wire will go to an ignition source with the fuse tap. We'll do this one last. The red wire with the fuse will hook up to your battery, and the black wire without the fuse will hook up to a ground. Then on the other side of the box, we have a connector with a short side. This will plug into your driver side headlight. And then we have a long side, which will plug into your passenger side headlight. Both passenger and driver side headlights will have a plug that this will go into, but we only have one, and it goes to the driver side. First thing I'm going to do is get my ground and power set up. When running all these wires, you want to make sure and follow existing wires and to keep it as neat as possible. So for my power wire, I'm gonna go underneath the rubber cap so it looks OEM and not just sticking out the side. Put it under here. And point it back towards the truck so it'll fit under the cover nicely. For the ground wire, we are gonna not go to the battery, but right here behind this bolt. I'm gonna go down from the bottom so it looks nice. Next, we need to neatly run the rest of our wires besides the gray one with the fuse tap up to our headlights. Then we can plug in our yellow connector to our driver's side headlight, and then plug in your short side 1-pin connector. To get this wire all the way over to our passenger side headlight, I'm gonna run it under this black plastic piece. I've already removed all the clips and a lot of them broke, so be careful with them because they're fragile. There's a wiring harness under here. You can follow across to make it look nice. Now we can get this, our gray wire, hooked up to ignition power, which means it's only on when the key's on. And this 10 amp fuse here is what we're after. You can go ahead and use the white tool that's in the top of your fuse box to pull it out. Stick it in your ADA circuit and put this where the 10 amp fuse used to be. After you get your ADA circuit plugged in, route it out towards the fender and down neatly, and go ahead and throw your fuse box back on. Now that we have everything plugged in, we need to make it all look nice. So go ahead and follow existing harnesses and zip tie everything up out of the way to make it look as neat as possible. After you've wrapped up with your wiring, you want to go ahead and test all your lights. Left blinker, right blinker, low beam, high beam, driving light, because it's a lot easier to fix it now when it's all apart than after you put it back together. Now we can start the reassembly, starting with our bumper. Start by clipping this in all the way. Then we can move underneath and reinstall the bolt. Sometimes this clip nut that this bolt goes into will fall off, so make sure you don't lose it. Next, we need to reinstall the plastic fender liner, starting with this plastic clip on the bottom. And then this screw up here. Last bit of assembly before the grill is this trim piece. I'm gonna line the tab up with the opening here, and then snap it in with the plastic clip. Once you've got the passenger side back together, it's time to install the grill. When installing the grill, you wanna make sure and line all the tabs that run along the bottom of the grill up with the slots in the bumper. And you also wanna make sure to align this tab here with the hole in the headlight. The last step is to reinstall your grill fasteners. And with that, install complete. Thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you followed along and it was helpful. If you did enjoy the video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want these headlights for your truck or any other off-road accessory, be sure to check out our website, saltygearsoffroad.com. We'll see you in the next one.